I'm picking another haste module. Another? No, it's the first one this game. I'm putting it on this Scorpion here. Because I wanted to do more damage against the level Scorpion. I'm going for underground subterranean blitz, because that will be effective against these Mustangs and their splash. And that didn't stop him. Okay. Phoenix range also came out, and Scorpion range, so now the Phoenixes will still stay behind the Scorpions, because they have 10 more range than the Scorpions. Putting another Scorpion in the middle, because, well, the Scorpion wars have begun. My opponent is tackling into shield, and he also has replicate crawlers. I'm putting another Arclight down in the middle, so that hopefully when these crawlers come in, I can clear him out. He's also adding anti-missile devices. Alright, both sides, the Stormcrawlers are being distracted. If I can just drop this to 1.0. This chaff is super annoying, but honestly, with their huge splash, Scorpions aren't actually that terrible. However, I'm definitely, like, look at that shot, that was beautiful. However, it really is not super amazing, because, well, a lot is getting wrecked. Carry Arclights being destroyed by the Scorpions. Marksman did get eliminated, and now there is no more anti-air remaining. This Scorpion is basically invulnerable to the Stormcrawlers under the anti-missile devices. However, these units are making their path, and the Phoenix is taking out some of the anti-missile devices before basically everything on the ground gets annihilated. And yeah, the Phoenix wins the turn. Next turn, Rhinos again. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's going for a fortress, and I think he just sold it. I'm going for the fortress, and I'm selling it as well, because honestly, what are you going to do with a fortress? I wasn't afraid of the Rhinos as much this time, simply because I had chaff clear, and pretty good chaff clear, and I also had Scorpions already on the field. So yeah, sending Rhinos into that is probably not a good idea. My opponent has once again added these anti-missile devices. He's adding on even more Scorpions at level 2. I'm also doing the same. I'm dropping 3 level 2 Scorpions with range and double shot, because double shot will, at least in a bit of a way, counter the Fangs here. You can actually do a lot of damage to a pack of Fangs. Also, unfortunately, I put this Scorpion slightly asymmetrically. It should be one space further up front, but I shall try to overlook that. I'm also upgrading my health twice now because, well, yeah. This battle is more going to be decided by health, I think. By crawler health, in some ways. And it will be by attack damage. Because I already clear everything with one shot, basically. But it will hopefully take my opponent more time to clear out my chaff here. So, as you can see, too many Scorpions is a good counter against Fangs. If you have too many, of course. If you don't have too many, it is horrible. Anti-missile devices still putting in work, but honestly, this is 4 anti-missile devices against somebody who just has 2 Stormcrawlers. I was planning on selling those in this specific turn already, but yeah, let's just say that it was not really worth it. My opponent gets completely and utterly blown up, and it's panic time. Yeah, I wanted to sell them earlier, but the fortress was worth just a lot more. I'm going for the laser sights. I'm not sure what my opponent does actually in this turn. And I'm thinking, I think this is the turn, I'm thinking about what kind of a finisher move could I do? Or maybe this is the turn after this. I think it's the turn after this one. So I sell the Stormcrawler on one side, and then next turn I can sell this one. My opponent is throwing down some anti-missile devices. And I'm just adding more Scorpions. I'm having a grand old time with more Scorpions. My opponent obviously as well. So now this is it is a battle line of Scorpions. A battle line of ranged double shot Scorpions. And my opponent does something interesting. Instead of trying to match my double shot or anything, he is going for siege mode, which unfortunately decreases the attack damage, but it adds a lot of range. 75 meters. So his Scorpions, mine are at 150. His Scorpions are at 235. And he is shelling away at my units. This is not good on my computer. Somehow the Scorpion shots are terrible for my machine. Probably for others as well. I think I saw one YouTuber complain about something similar. My chaff is still absolutely king, but unfortunately his Scorpions have directly locked onto my Scorpions already. So that is kinda terrifying because, well, I can match him, but it will cost me 40% of my damage. As you can see, it's not a particularly huge deal if you have the range to match. So I lose this turn quite horribly, actually. Now this is a lot of damage. This is a lot of 300 cost units that are pulling my health bar down. And if I lose a turn like that again, I'm basically done for. Senior defense comes out, but we are both going for the orbital. It needs to happen this specific turn. I orbital on this side. I think my opponent orbital this side, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, he did. Overall, I would say that I am a lot less vulnerable to orbital, because I have a lot less invested into small units. And this is where my finisher comes in, because I'm thinking the best defense against siege mode is very similar to defending against stormcrawlers. You put something in front, preferably something fast like a crawler, and then all of the siege mode Scorpions will just target that, and you can advance your army behind that. I was not particularly happy trying to match the siege mode here, so I'm trying to just blow his Scorpions up. These rhinos, because he destroyed his damage, he got 40% less damage. So even these level 2 Scorpions only do 12,000, these do 1800 damage roughly. And this is not enough for the 110 effective health, photon coating, exploding rhino. And what's the chances that he's going to whip out hackers? So watch this one. They distract the siege mode Scorpions. They get in. The siege mode Scorpions are still mostly targeting these units, and then they just explode. They take a lot of fang shields off. They take a lot of time for my opponent to get them destroyed, because he does not have the Scorpion damage. If he had double shot, it would have been a lot better for him, I think, but still not great. And now I have a intact battle line of Scorpions moving in against Jack Diddley, nothing on my opponent's side. That is what I call a finisher. And that's, yeah, 2,800 extra damage. And, well, how many Scorpions did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 Scorpions on the field. In one game. Yeah, that is how Scorpion Wars go. And I really think that this trick, I want to remember that, because this turn, this Rhino here, was ally number 1 with almost 110 damage, of course, from his explosion hitting 2 enemies roughly. He really pulled his weight, and despite existing only for 1 turn and very briefly, I think these Rhinos completely destroyed my opponent. Yeah. Well, thanks to Trochal for playing this amazing game with me, and I hope you had fun watching it. Until next time.